Hey, Pat Rigsby here, and I want to talk with you about what I wish somebody had told me before I started my first fitness business. See, I came into the fitness industry from the university setting. I was a college baseball coach, a college strength coach. I taught at a university. I kind of did everything. I worked in admissions, even announced sporting events. So did a lot of different things there, yet none of them really provided me with much of a business background. I certainly didn't have an MBA. I didn't really have any sort of traditional business background. And so when I opened my first training business, there was just so much I didn't know. There were so many things that, I kind of had to go through trial and error to figure out. Fortunately, I was probably able to take a few things from being a college baseball coach that applied and crossed over. But I'll be the first to tell you, there were a lot of things that I didn't understand, and I don't want to have you make those same mistakes or really go into those same types of things blind. So I want to go over 3 things that I know would have helped me a lot if I knew early on, and I'm sure will help you too. So the first is marketing is a 12-month a year, 52-week a year endeavor. It's really the driver for your business, because ultimately, no matter how much we love being in a gym, and frankly, that's a lot of why we got into this in the first place. We love that environment. We love helping people. But without consistent marketing, without consistent people coming in to experience what you do, you just have a hobby with a lot of expensive overhead. You've got rent, you've got equipment costs, you've got utilities, and frankly, you probably have some sort of payroll expense, not to mention paying yourself. So, if you are not bringing in new business, you're shrinking, you're struggling. It's just a foregone conclusion that that's how things are going to go. So you need to embrace the fact that your job is as much about bringing new people in to experience what you do as it is to simply provide results to people. This whole kind of mistaken belief that, hey, if I'm good at what I do, people will just come kind of flocking in my door, it just doesn't work that way. There's so much competition today. There's so many people in the market kind of vying for people's attention, with significant marketing budgets and people even dedicated to marketing. You're going to have to make this a core part of what you do, or there's virtually no chance your business is going to succeed. So how do we approach this? Well, I'm not saying you need to have the marketing budget of a Planet Fitness or even an Orange Theory or anything like that, but you have to understand that your job is not only to do great work, but it's to go out and connect with people and allow them to come in and experience the great work that you're doing. Whether you're going to do that offline with in-person networking, or going out and doing public speaking, or connecting through strategic alliances, or you're going to focus more online and you're going to try to connect with people there through education-based marketing or paid advertising. There are a variety of options you have at your disposal. My recommendation is pick 2 or 3 things, and one of those things is probably going to be referrals. It's going to be leveraging the people that are already under your roof and having a great experience, and then really trying to find a way to get them to introduce you to the people in their lives that might benefit from what you offer. But then, aside from referrals, you're going to need to find 1 or 2 other things that you can go out and be consistent with, and ultimately, over time, get really good at, because that's how it works. I mean, no matter what you do, you're probably not going to be great at it from the start, right? Whether it's running a Facebook ad or going out and do public speaking, you're probably going to have to earn the right to be good at it by practicing, by probably being bad at it in the beginning. But if you do that, it's going to allow you to kind of climb the ladder and really kind of surpass so many of the people in our industry that avoid marketing or tolerate it or only do it when business gets slow. If you embrace consistent marketing month after month, even week after week, that's the first thing that you need to learn. I didn't necessarily know that coming in, but it's something I picked up very quickly, and it's really been one of the key factors in any success I've enjoyed to this point. So, number two, you need to grow into your best role. This idea of being a startup where, hey, we're going to hustle and we're going to work long hours and we're just going to grind and do everything. I mean, I think we've all been through that at some point. And, you know, it's just kind of part of the journey. It's part of our buy-in to get involved as a business owner in most cases. Most of us don't come in just flush with cash. We're going to have to work and hustle and invest more time where we don't have the money to invest. And that's great. It's, you know, I look back at some of my fondest memories kind of playing every role and doing everything from cleaning and painting the gym to selling to marketing to coaching clients. You know, all of it played a big part in my development. It helped me become better as a leader. It helped me become better to help the people that worked with me to succeed in their roles. But if you're still behaving like a startup 3, 4, 5 years in, you're doing it wrong, right? We need to graduate to play our best role. We need to learn to delegate and elevate into playing to our strengths, things that provide us a higher return on investment, whether that's delegating administrative things or bookkeeping or cleaning and moving into a role where you're just marketing, selling, coaching, and leading. Or maybe you've narrowed it even further and maybe you've handed off 1 or 2 of those things and you've ascended even further, and your job's to facilitate somebody successfully marketing or coaching or selling. So you have to evolve. You can't wear every hat in a business and grow that business and avoid burnout and really thrive as a business owner. It's almost impossible. So understand that early on, and what you'll find happening, even if you're not in a position to bring on help to expand your team, that's okay. You're planning for the future and you're setting yourself up to graduate into that position. You're documenting the things that you do well so you can hand them off to somebody else and set them up to succeed. So when that time comes, you're not scrambling. You're not saying, oh, now I need to hire somebody because I don't have any time, but I don't have a way to set them up to do well in this position. I don't have systems or processes in place. So know that from day one, you may wear every hat, but your job is to hand things off, to delegate and elevate over time and ultimately play your best role. That's how you're going to succeed. That's how you're going to avoid burnout. That's how you're going to scale and impact more people and ultimately have a successful, healthy business. So that's our first 2. Now, let's move to the third one. And this is one that, frankly, it took me a long time to learn. The other 2, I kind of figured out probably in my first 18 months as a business owner. This one, man, it took me the better part of a decade. And it is saying no more often, doing fewer things better. Because ultimately, no matter how talented you are, no matter how hardworking you are, there's only so much of you to go around. And if you try to do everything, you're going to be essentially watering down your effort on all of those things. You're going to be diluting your focus, and so none of the things are going to get the best version of you. That's something I struggled with, I'll be the first to admit. But if you do fewer things better, you're going to succeed. You're going to have a higher probability of building the business that you want. And that's hard, right? We see a vast market. We see all these opportunities out there. We say, wow, I could do youth fitness. I could do sports performance training. I could do online. I could do hybrid. I could do semi-private. I could offer nutrition coaching. I mean, there's so many things that you could do, but ultimately there's only enough of you to go around. You're going to have to be able to say, okay, how can I be best, or at least in the top 2 or 3 in my market in this area? And if I can't do that, then maybe I need to shelve it until the time that I can. Same thing when it comes to marketing, whether it's online or offline. Find 1 or 2 areas or channels, if you will, and say, how can I win at this channel? How can I be the best person in our market on doing Facebook advertising or on when it comes to public speaking? How can I really say, I'm going to win this category instead of be ordinary in 5 categories? Because if you take that approach, you're going to build a brand. You're going to be known for something. You're going to be the person that somebody recognizes as being a specialist or as being an expert. But that only happens by saying no to those other things. And that's not just when it comes to how you operate the tactical stuff within your business, the programs that you offer, the marketing channels you choose. Sometimes it's saying no to opportunities that take up too much of your time, because ultimately if you're getting burned out, if you're not enjoying what you do, you're not going to be around for the long haul. I mean, we see all the statistics. We hear that businesses, 80% of small businesses fail within the first 5 years. And whether or not that number is accurate, it kind of depends on what we're counting as a small business, I guess. But we know that it's hard. We know that most businesses don't succeed. And a big part of it isn't that there's not a market demand. It's that they're trying to do too many things and nobody knows what they're great at. And then they get burned out. They get frustrated because they're not getting a return on all the effort and time they're putting in. Well, guess what? There's an answer. Say no more often, choose fewer things, do them at a higher level, and say, okay, what are the things that I can be best at in our market? I'm not interested in being the 12th best semi-private training gym. I'm not interested in having the 11th best youth fitness program, and I'm not interested in being the 25th most effective Facebook advertiser. What channels can I be great at? What can I do to win my category? And if I do, that's when I'm really going to see results. That's when I'm going to see that snowball effect where I'm going to get more referrals. I'm going to get more word of mouth, and I'm going to get a lot more fulfillment from what I do. So those are the 3 big things that come to mind when I think about things I wish I would have known when I started my training business. So I know they would have helped me. I know over time when I learned them, they still had a huge impact. So I think they'll help you too. Thanks for watching. If you click the first link in either the description or the link in the pinned comment, you can get my latest book, The Ideal Business Formula, for free. And if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button for me. If you have any questions or comments or video requests, leave me a comment below and I'll be quick to respond. And lastly, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I'm posting videos weekly now, and if you turn your notification bell on, you'll be sure to get them all.